Welcome back to Free Speech TV. I'm Latoya Peterson from racialicious.com, and we are broadcasting live from the Take Back the American Dream conference here in Washington, D.C. And I have with me joining us one of the organizers of this illustrious conference. This is Roger Hickey, of the co-director for Our Future.
Campaign for America's Future.
And of the Campaign for the America's Future, and one of the organizers of the conference, and someone who is extremely involved at the grassroots level in American issues. So, Roger, let's start with, how did you start organizing this conference? Right, what was the motive behind it? I know this is a big reorganization for you this year.
We've been doing this for many years now. In fact, when Barack Obama was a candidate, he came here because he wanted the activist vote. He wanted the endorsement of these kind of people who are here at this conference, people engaged in politics. He came here twice. We have been, and that's because we have been working on the issues that got him elected. Green jobs, fight for Social Security and Medicare, the future of work for young people. We've been working on those issues, and with a network of activists around the country for many, many years. Now all of that work is threatened by the conservative resistance that not only Barack Obama has encountered, but all of us have encountered. And so the spirit here at this conference this year is really high energy, because people understand we can't just wait for Barack Obama to do it for us. We have to push him and create the wind behind his sails to get a real overturning of congressional power that allows us to do what needs to be done.
So, Roger, there's been a bit of a split, right, within progressive circles. Some people believing that we need to go with the Democratic rank and file, we need to support the president no matter what. And then there's a more activist, more liberal left that seems to want to really push him on these issues that have been skirted or avoided, or kind of shifted to the wayside in favor of bipartisanship and in favor of how Washington normally does business. Where do you see the huge opportunities and challenges for activists moving into this next election cycle?
Well, first of all, we've got to push the Democratic Party, and you've got to push the Democratic Party from the base of activist supporters who know what it's like for people out there in the country suffering under this bad economy. We have successfully gotten Obama and the Democratic Congress to stop talking about cutting Social Security and Medicare, which they were getting ready to do, and to focus on jobs, 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 and jobs. What the president has proposed is good, and we ought to support it, but it's not enough, and we ought to be pushing them. The answer is we've got to do both.
And so we were talking about our future, right? We're talking about our future as Americans, and since people have not been able to fully participate in the American dream, how do you propose us coming together, right, and figuring out what is smart policy and what is smart progress for the different groups of people that we're serving here under the progressive big tent?
Well, that's why it's so exciting to be working with all these groups, including Rebuild the Dream and Move On, and all the other groups that are here, because the contract with the American Dream, for the American Dream, that we just talked about today, really bubbled up from the grassroots. It was created by an online process with thousands of people participating, and that 10-point program is a pretty good program for taking to the American people. Why? Because it was written by average folks, not by some think tank in Washington. So we are going to take that 10-point contract, and we are going to take it to every candidate in the country and say, are you with us or against us? We're going to take it to every community in the country and say, let's get to work on this. And I think if we do it right, we can not only win back the Congress so Barack Obama in his second term has somebody to work with, we can also keep the pressure on those people and raise the expectations that they're really going to do something once they get in office.
Excellent. So, Roger, really quickly, what is our future? What are we working toward?
Well, we're working to the great American progressive experiment, which is, let's build a country that is middle class, where everybody has an opportunity to get ahead and to realize their opportunities. Where everybody has a chance to go to school, where everybody has a chance to start a business or get a job, and where opportunity is not just a word that politicians throw around, it's really a reality for millions and millions of people. The American dream is really under fire right now. It's threatened like never before, and yet it's the most powerful thing that motivates Americans. Have a better life for their children, have a better life for this country, and make this country great. We've got to point out that there's an organized conspiracy to destroy the American dream right now and give all of our wealth and power to the ultra-rich and the corporations. And if we say that, most Americans agree with us. They know it's time to change the rules and to create a new system that gives everybody a chance.
Our guest has been Roger Hickey. He is the co-director of the Center for Our Future and one of the architects of this very conference that we're sitting at. Roger, thank you so much for joining us today on Free Speech TV.
So glad you're here. Thank you very much.
Excellent. So once again, you are watching Free Speech TV. We're broadcasting live from the Take Back the American Dream conference here in Washington, D.C. I'm Latoya Peterson of racialicious.com, and stay tuned for more interviews and more perspectives from leading progressives.